Hello everyone, welcome to this Videos on Frontier video. My name is Jay Whitefield, and in this video we've got something slightly different from my usual fare. However, there will still be some technology involved. Now, what you're looking at here is a bunch of LVAs. Just kind of ignore the Kindle for 1 second, okay? You're looking at a bunch of LVAs, or low vision aids, as they're known. Now, some of these I actually got from a recent appointment up at the ophthalmics unit at the hospital. But some of them, some of them I've had for a while, and one of them I bought, and one of them I was given. So, let's get into this. So, to start off with, you've already seen one of these low vision aids. In fact, you've actually seen it in a very recent video of mine. This, of course, is the Human Wear Pocket View. Just to kind of recap that this is, in fact, a video magnifier. Basically, what you can do is, if I take this Netgear PCM CIA wireless card, or card bus card rather, I can actually magnify it. Especially when I use the correct zoom buttons. So I can actually tell that this is a Netgear 802.11b wireless PC card, 32-bit card bus MA521. So this is absolutely brilliant. And of course, being a video magnifier, it can do all sorts of magical things like, regular coloured black and white. As you can see, this is blue, but now on the screen it's grey. But that's a good mode for reading text. You've also got white on black. So now it would seem that I have the airport version of this card, because it's white, you see? Get it? Get it? Get it? Never mind. But, again, I don't think this works as well in white on black as it does in black and white. But, again, if you do see easier with white on black, then it'll do that. And then you've got, well, you had grayscale before, but now you've literally got black and white. So anything that you look at through the pocket view now looks like a very bad photocopy. But again, for text, that is absolutely perfect. And then we're back to colour, and we can see how badly scratched this Netgear card really is. So that's a Human Wear Pocket View. It's been in my possession now for a good number of years, since I think it might have been 2009 I actually got it, and I've been very impressed with it so far. I really do enjoy it, and I actually got one from when I was working as well. When I was working at a local supermarket, I actually had one for there. Got it through the Access to Work scheme. Brilliant devices. Obviously now this will be hideously out of date and will have been, it will literally have been superseded by the next generation of these video pocket magnifiers, which probably allow you to do 1080p video or something daft. This will allow you to plug into a standard definition RCA input, which I don't have the cables anymore, But for some strange reason, it actually came with yellow, white, and red, if I remember rightly. Can't imagine why you would need audio on this to hear the beep in stereo sound. Nicam stereo. Excellent. Right. And I even have a wee baggie for it, you know, so I'm just kind of stick it in a bag, and, you know, and then it's got its wee lanyard, you know, so I can literally tie the thing around my neck if I wanted. Hang it around my neck, and I've got it always there for if I want to read something or other. Excellent. Very much love this device. However, believe it or not, it's not always appropriate to use electronic devices. Yes, I know this is me saying this, and before you start asking if I'm okay and sending people over to come check my temperature and that, you know, even I know that there's a time and a place. Very rarely, but it exists. So, with that in mind, I have a number of different low vision aids that are not electronic. Well, mostly. So, let's start unboxing them. So these three I got from the hospital. Big thank you there to NHS Grampian for actually paying for these. Not the cheapest things in the world. These are, I think, Eschenbach, or Eschenbach, I don't know, Eschenbach, and, you know, there's a few different sorts of magnifiers and what have you in these boxes, so, let's get them out and take a look-see. I realise that I could have actually used the writing from the network card, as it actually does demonstrate, at least for me, you know, everyday things that I might need to read that I wouldn't otherwise be able to see. But I've went and got an actual book. Come on, what else was it gonna be? Let's unbox this little thing. So what you have is a magnifier itself on a wee lanyard. I believe the optometrist did actually. It's on a shoelace. What's all that about? And she did actually set that one up for me. At least I think she did. And you also have a wee bit of paper that tells you how to put the shoelace in, and then I think what you have there are some instructions. So there we are. Enough unboxing nonsense. Now let's actually I don't know, try using the magnifier. Obviously I've tested ones like these out, so I know that they'll work for me, apart from right now, because I'm at completely the wrong angle. But I just want to kind of show you how these work. So, if I remember which way it opens, that would be fantastic. Alright, yeah, of course. What it does, actually opens out like that. So this is a wee carry one. And as you can see, pun not intended, this actually provides 4 times magnification. And it's really quite handy to have around, you know, just in case you quickly need to whip out a magnifier, you know, and just kind of get something looked at. You know, so this idea sounds easy at first blah, 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 blah. Normally I would not be trying to read this through a phone screen. I can actually read. Good, now I've got that out of the road. So, now we've got another thing. This is a low vision aid, but it isn't a magnifier. Let's unbox it, shall we? I have had these before. And they've came in very handy. See, when I was 13, I used to have a paper round. And at first, I couldn't read the numbers on people's doors. Now, in the UK, you know, well, my particular newsagent, the paper round, it was pretty much the same houses every day. Sometimes, though, I would need to deliver to a new house. Or, other times, well, when I was first learning the round, I obviously didn't know, you know, how to get to the different houses. I didn't know, like, what number the different houses were. So, what I will do is I'll now unbox this. What we have, nice wee case, a wee wipe, Eschenbach branded, of course, and once more, some instructions. So, what you do, what I'll do is I'll just kind of put all this back in the box, put the box away to one side. So if I take this out of the case, this is brand new, kind of, I think. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of unwrap that. I won't keep it in this plastic bag, because this is something else that makes itself useful when you're outdoors. Now, the lanyard has been pre-attached to this one and wrapped up very elegantly, I must admit. So what this is actually a binocular. So what I'm going to do is, we'll have a look over the other side of the room. Why don't we have a look in the Fortress of Tea? I've never actually tried to look at anything through this binocular on a phone camera. But we can zoom in. Whoops. Yeah, it can be difficult to get it on focus. Otherwise, you just end up looking at the interior of the binocular. I'd probably be a lot less shaky if I wasn't holding a phone in front of it. But as you can see there, you've got like a loaf of bread. So there we are. So, like I said, I mean, I used to use one of these. I used to use one of these for my paper round. It was brilliant just for me to be able to actually peer through and see the numbers on the doors, and it's got a fantastic range. Can't remember what range it's got, but it's pretty good for most everyday things. And it's actually quite good, and I think I'm going to be using it for this, looking at numbers on buses, because at the moment, I mean, okay, unless the bus I want is of a different livery, I'm usually finding myself flagging down the wrong bus. This monocular will be good for looking at the numbers on buses, and as well looking at other things that are in the distance that I might need to be able to see. For example, you know, a menu in a cafe that might be posted, that might be behind the counter, or kind of anything like that. So, yeah, the monocular. So what I'll do is I'll actually put this back like that. Now, I couldn't get this next item on the day that I was actually at the ophthalmic department. They actually had to ship it out to me. Now this is fantastic, actually, because well, this item is actually one of the more popular items at Aberdeen Royal. So let's game what we've got. We've got some instructions, which is absolutely brilliant because they're in German. Excellent. Oh, but this is in English. Oh well. So here we have some batteries. Probably be wondering what this is that needs 3 AA batteries to operate it. Well, it's another magnifier, but this one actually has a light on it, which is good, you know, if you want a wee bit of a sneaky read. So so this is quite good. It's normally, you know, if you look directly at the magnifier, I mean, I can actually see it better. I can actually read it from this distance. Whereas the phone screen, it doesn't seem to be doing it justice on the phone screen, and that's because of the way I've got it configured. This idea should be easy at first. When you roll the mouse around on your desk, you see a little arrow move around on screen. That arrow is your pointer, and it is also called an arrow. Almost everything in Windows 98 has at least 2 names. There we go. So that's it without the light, but let's actually see if this works. So there we have it. I've had to slide the switch down, and there's the battery compartment. So now it's actually just a case of trying to get the batteries out of this plastic and putting them in. And they're also German. Schweizer. I remember when it used to be Coil that made all the magnifiers. Right, now. So, let's have a look. So, just kind of drop these in, just like so. Loving the colour of the batteries, by the way. Definitely loving the colour of them. And then now it's just a case of putting this down, and then pulling the switch forward. So that's actually quite a bit of intelligent design there. You want to take the batteries out, you pull the switch all the way down, the compartment opens. Okay, so here is the magnifier normally, and here is it lit up. And even though it's still fairly daylight outside, it's 10 to 8, but it's June, you can actually see that this is making quite a difference. Not as much as the phone would have you believe because of its autofocus, but it is making an awful difference. And it is an LED light, but it's got quite a nice warm glow. So, yep, I'm very pleased with this. They are very popular, these ones. You know, and unlike a lot of magnifiers of old, it's actually square. Now, we have one more magnifier to unbox. This one I didn't get from the low vision aid clinic, although I have had ones like it before. Trouble is, I've misplaced my last one, so I had to get another one of these. And I actually managed to find one on eBay. So, let's have a look. This is linear. 4 times black magnifier. So that is the same sort of mag as this one. So, let's open it, shall we? This is smaller than any of the others. But then again, that is its beauty. Aha! So, what is this, you might be asking? You might also be asking, Jay, is this broken? I don't think so. Check this out. Ta-da! Can you guess what it is yet? It's another magnifier. These are absolutely fantastic. I mean, the one that I had would lock. This one doesn't seem to want to. I don't know if it will or not, actually. No, it doesn't seem to. But these are very, very handy to have. So, yeah, I really appreciated this one. This was my go-to magnifier if I needed anything super quickly. Like I said, my last one was fluorescent yellow in colour. But, you know, this one's good. Really glad I got it. So, just to pan around and, you know, kind of show you all the LVAs that I've unboxed. So we have the Monocular for long distance viewing. We have this small magnifier, the flip out one for quick viewing. We have this one for longer reading sessions, and it has a light. Fantastic. And then we have this one that I got from eBay, which feels actually very cheap, if I'm going to be completely honest. And this is a slide out magnifier. So what next then? Well, like I said, there is a time and a place when you don't need technology. However, there is a time and a place for when you do. Now, I'm a 4-year convert to the idea of ebooks. Surprise, surprise. And mostly for reading ebooks, I have used one of these, a regular tablet. This of course being my Samsung Galaxy Tab 3 10.1 inch. However, a couple of problems arise with this. Firstly, the 10.1 inch screen. Perfect for YouTube videos, and I'm sure it's good for reading as well, but it's a wee bit too big to kind of hold like a book. Wee bit unwieldy. But more importantly, this beautifully backlit screen. Well, there are people who say that you shouldn't be looking at them for prolonged periods. And that when you're reading, it's better to read on, you know, from paper, you know, or something like that. However, regular books are very tiny print a lot of the time, and sometimes it can be a wee bit tiresome to have to hold a book and a magnifier. So, how do I solve this conundrum? Well, I was actually given this by one of my support team. This is the original Amazon Kindle. You know, you can take it on the beach with you, you know. It's never been easier to blow thousands of pounds on a Portuguese or Spanish holiday so that you can actually read somewhere else. Seriously. And this will make it happen. Now, this is not backlit, as you can see, but that is ideal for reading under normal conditions. So I have a book here, and actually might need to pan the camera down again. I was hoping I wouldn't have to do that. But this is not the Kindle Paperwhite. This, like I said, this is the original one, and I've got the Secret Diary of Adrian Mole, age 13 3/4, loaded on it at the moment. I can go backwards and forwards on a page. Oh, hang on a minute. There we go. Yeah, you've got backwards and forwards buttons on both sides. I forget. It was one of the more difficult devices to kind of try and get used to, but I have done. And what you have is, I mean, this is an e-ink display. Not entirely sure how it works. I think it works along similar lines to a Magnidoodle, in that some sort of magnetic, well, in this case it would be a small magnetic current would be kind of run through the display, and filing iron filings would kind of climb to the top of the you know, might be some sort of liquid inside this display, and then iron filings, you know, very small iron particles or metal particles of some sort, are magnetized, and you know, when a current goes through them, they actually rise to the top of the solution, the fluid, and you know, in the way that they've been, you know, where the magnetic current is, that's where they are. Brandon Bishop has a much better, much better description of how Magnidoodle works. Obviously, a Magnidoodle, you'd use a magnetic pen to kind of draw on it, and that would attract the iron filings, making it look like you've drawn something. But yeah, I mean, this is an e-ink display, and it actually only uses any power when you actually change something. So I probably will use more power than most Kindle users. It does have Wi-Fi, which is kind of nice. Which will probably also use power. But I've got quite a lot of books on here. And I hope I don't actually have anything embarrassing. But this is brilliant. You know, it's a device that I can hold in the palm of my hand, and you can change the font size to anyone you want. Well, when I say anyone you want, I mean, you know, there's a few predetermined sizes. Whoops. Again, whoops. Right, what I'm going to do, and yes, you can actually buy stuff from the Kindle store on a Kindle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head down to settings. There we go. And I'm now going to attempt to show you. Actually, and you can add dictionaries as well. That's pretty good. And social networking capabilities for some reason. This is all stuff that's going to use a battery, guys. Personal info, J. Wakefield, the Flying Scotsman. Now, I think I actually have to do this within the reading view. Now, you've got a few options. Go to farthest page read, book description, search this book, add bookmark, view notes and marks, or view popular highlights. People can actually highlight it and then kind of upload to the internet the information on how they've highlighted it. But this is the option that I'm interested in. You've got a number of font sizes. You also have a number of different typefaces. So this defaults obviously to a serif typeface, like Times New Roman, but focus. But I actually selected a sans serif one, and you can actually adjust the line spacing as well as the words per line. So I could just change the font size, font style. So that's what most books kind of look like. Obviously, much smaller print, but I'm actually going to change it to this because I prefer that actually. You can actually change the line spacing. And the number of words per line. And then you can also change screen rotation. So you can use the Kindle upside down or wrong way round if you want to. So look, now you've got kind of a landscapey view, which might actually be easier for some people. But I'm just going to stick it in good old-fashioned portrait mode. So that's the Amazon Kindle. And it always shows a nice wee picture, you know, while it's kind of powered down. It's quite funny actually, is that, because, you know, this has been sat in my drawer for about a week now. I mean, I used it a bit, obviously, but it's been sat in my drawer on, you know, kind of displaying images like this. And it doesn't use any battery at all. Because, like I said, it just kind of, you know, kind of charges the display, you know, sets it to display the image, and then it kind of turns that circuit off. It's not like a liquid crystal display or a cathode ray tube display, where you'd actually, you know, where it needs to refresh multiple times a second. So there you have it. So that was my foray. That was my foray into low vision aids. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. If you have, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Please feel free also to follow me on Twitter and like Videos on Frontier on Facebook. Once again, I would like to very much thank NHS Grampian for sorting me out with these low vision aids, and I would very much like to thank my support. You know, she gave me this old Kindle that she had lying around. I really appreciate it. You know, it's actually owning an actual Kindle with its e-ink display is quite nice. You know, I can actually read normally. I really do quite like it. You know, it's you know, I really do appreciate this sort of stuff. So thank you very much. But I hope you've all enjoyed watching this video. Please join me again for my next video. Goodbye.